yeah, and we also have that one thing to do in the safe house much later.
Much, much later. But don't worry. Oh, what am I doing?
Actually, going to the pawn shop, because the start of this, the end of this mission is... I always forget the name of it. Hang on.
We'll know it soon enough.
The Platinum Strip, there we go. Yeah, it starts in the Platinum Strip.
I'm gonna date this recording a bit. Hotline Miami 2 came out yesterday. I've been playing it. I liked Hotline Miami 1 quite a bit.
The bar went red now. Oh, no, it's... Yep, now it's red. So there's a pawn shop just above us.
Yep, it's up here. And while I do... Have you played Hotline Miami 1?
No.
It's a good game. I'd recommend it. But the one I've been having with this is the AI feels way fucking stupider. Oh god. The new kind of like helmets, the new masks don't really have the same kind of like... Some of the abilities are really cool. Like there's one that splits you into two characters, one with a chainsaw, one with a gun, and I like that mask. But it just feels a lot... Like, they just feel a lot kind of weaker overall. Like, one of them, his gimmick is just he has two machine guns that he starts with.
This is really happening then.
This is really happening. I'm wasting my...
5...
It caps at 400,000. Alright.
6...
I'm loaded! I'm gonna live for 9 days!
You got 9?
9.
Oh, nice.
But they don't carry over between playthroughs.
That's a shame.
So, yep, that's money I'm never getting back unless I want to grind again, which I don't.
This is a question, and I kind of want to ask you this. Feel free to edit this out or not. Are we doing Case West commentary?
Yeah, I imagine so.
Alright.
Even though I've said my opinion on Case West in this is it's not very good, but if my Xbox Live account is not dead, which it might be, I will very gladly record Case West, but I won't 100% it. If it is dead, I may go and ask someone if I can use their long play of it for commentary. Which is like the lazy way of doing things, and I personally don't prefer it, because even if I don't like the game, I want to play it myself so my judgment feels more genuine, but,
yeah, that makes sense. I personally wouldn't want to do that either.
Like, I like Dead Rising 2. I've kind of had the same problem I had when I was getting near the end of the LP of Postal 2, where I feel like I have played this game so much now that I'm getting burnt out. But this was recorded over a much longer period of time, so it's kind of avoided that problem. I don't think I'm going to do many more LPs on this channel. If I do, I want to focus on reviews after this one. And and Sweet asked me if we were going to do Dead Rising 3 while we were playing through it, and it's like, at the start of the game I was like, maybe, it's like, not a great port, so recording it would probably be a bitch. Then as we got like near the end of the game, I thought, no, I don't want to LP this.
Yeah, your opinion has changed quite, not drastically, but changed a fair bit since you two played it.
Yeah, it felt a lot weaker. Like my early kind of opinions on it were, well, these have a lot of ease of life improvements, and they make the game much more fluid. And the open cities, actually, I didn't like the open city from the start because I thought Dead Rising is quite concentrated. Like, the maps are big, but they got a nice bit of detail to them. Like, they're very... They got a lot to them. They're in depth, you got all the different shops, you got items spread everywhere. This felt like a lot more... It felt a lot bigger, but with less in it overall. And then when you get near the end of the game... I guess this is going to turn into a mini-review. Oh, what happened?
Is... Okay, I'm just checking the time. We've got... It's 9 AM. We should probably head out now because it's 8:42 on the clock.
Okie doke. What happened was... they started spreading missions really far apart, and it got really obnoxious to the end, where it was like, one objective was sort of like, go to this place on the map, destroy drones. Then it would tell you to go to the next city section over, which is like 5 minutes to get there. It's like, you're stretching this out. It feels so fucking long for very little gain.
Where are you?
Where am I? Where are you?
I'm at the door. I'm waiting
Where do
for
we
you.
have to go? Where do we have to go for this objective?
To the Platinum Strip.
Oh, good God, really?
Yes. I'm standing right there right now. We've got a few minutes to get there.
Fuck, okay.
It's up where one of the snipers is. Okay, I probably said this. The platinum strip is probably at the bottom, but I'm just calling that anyway. Like the open outside area.
Royal Flush. Alright. But basically, and then I started not liking the ease of life improvements. Basically, the combat in this game is quite simple, and I'm going to demonstrate it on the way so as not to slow down too much. But basically, you've got a light attack. Oh god. You've got a light attack, and you've got a heavy attack. But when you attack with Frank, you get locked in. And that's kind of part of the charm of Dead Rising, I think, is that every attack is a gamble because you're locked in place. I like it feeling a bit rigid.
Hmm.
The new game feels much too loose with it, and it's kind of weird that Nick, the guy you play as, is by far and away the wimpiest protagonist. Not even like just a Dead Rising game, just in a game in general. I kind of liked him for that. I liked how wimpy he was. I got no complaints about the character of Nick. But he was also by far and away the most fucking lethal and powerful protagonist of Dead Rising.
There's a thing about it is that when the game was being developed, the creators went on to state, we're making the game more accessible for the Call of Duty fan base to get into, and
they did not say. I do not believe they said exactly that. That's too on the nose for me.
I swear there was something along those lines. It probably wasn't exactly like in your face about the information, but it was something along the lines of the Call of Duty fan base being able to get into the game easier. But maybe we'll save that for another time.
But basically, it felt like it lost a lot of the identity that Dead Rising had. It's the same. I kind of have the same problem with it that I had with Saints Row 3, in that it got too wacky and it lost too much of what I liked about it. And that is a very selfish and entitled way to put it, but it just kind of, it lost me. And like, that's not a bad thing. It's a bad thing for me. That's all I'm saying.
I think one of my problems is they probably made... it looks like the gameplay is like really easy to get into in Dead Rising 3, and I feel like, as you said, the clunkiness, and that's what I kind of like. I like the awkwardness of the controls in this.
It's like, sometimes clunky controls aren't always a bad thing. It depends on how you design them and if you build the gameplay around those controls. Like, the thing is, yeah, you've got clunky controls, but the fighting in this game is not fast-paced. So every action you make is deliberate, and this is Dwight Boykin.
Yeah, sorry to just bring it back to this a minute. I remember I told you and Swede about this. If you look very carefully, one of the guards clearly has the same faceplate as Chuck.
Oh yeah, we saw that.
You could see him just a moment ago as well.
So, and I also mentioned this in the Dead Rising 2 playthrough, but for once, the US military are not the bad guys. They're doing their job. Albeit, they're a bit overconfident. You know, send 5 guys with assault rifles.
Yes, and it's just a few guys and their commander. It's like, okay.
Alright, yeah, but to be fair, they're doing an alright job so far. Even though they seem to be wasting a lot of ammo on one zombie each.
You could probably take it as they didn't want to waste all their men, but you could at least put in a few more. At least have it more. At least have it more in the 10 column.
At least send like 4 Humvees.
Yes.
Like,
I mean, come on now.
And they're just taunting zombies. It's so needless. I'm for zombie rights.
And now here's where shit hits the fan.
And also to spoil, like, you don't choke on the gas. You're fine. You got fucked, though.
Maybe because Frank's already infected.
Well, Chuck didn't choke either.
Well, he could be bitten millions of times and not have to worry.
Yeah, but that's a gameplay concession thing. So just kind of like Dead Rising 3. It's not a bad game, it just wastes your time at points, is what I feel. And it lost what I liked about Dead Rising here and there. The psychopath fights were probably the point where I was like, oh, this isn't that great anymore, because they're so easy! You can bring a gun and just end them right there and then. It's like, no, these fights should be bullet sponges. These fights should be wastes of my resources. When you go to a psychopath fight in Dead Rising 2 and 1, you grab shit, you prepare, then you go into it. Like, by the end, me and Swede were just like, Go into a boss fight, what should we bring? Just bring a pistol. Yeah, fuck it, that'll do. It's like so lackadaisical. And that's the worst thing you can say about, like, that's the worst thing you can say in a game like this. You don't even feel like you need to prepare.
This is probably going to be my last point to end off on the Dead Rising 3 bit, is that they also made the game even easier because you have a weapons locker, and that you can infinitely spawn any item that you picked up.
Well, it's on a recharge, but yeah,
okay.
Basically infinite. It's like, it's 5 minutes to completely recharge your bar, and certain items cost more than those, like super combo weapons, like you can get 3 of those out, or you can get out 10 guns, you know. So it's on a kind of timer. It's on a graph, basically. But it's, not to mention, it's Xbox One and PC exclusive, so you either need a hell of a PC to play a really shit port, or you need an Xbox One, which basically means you're buying a shit PC to play the base game.
Anyway, to bring it back to Dead Rising 2 for a moment, now the zombies are even stronger.
I'm going to stop bitching about Dead Rising 3 now. I'm pretty sure people came here for Dead Rising 2, not 3.
Maybe not.
Maybe they just wanted a general overview. Maybe they want me to talk about how great Dead Rising 1 is.
I still like it as well.
I like Dead Rising 1 as well. Over time, I've come to appreciate Dead Rising 1 more and more, is the thing. And I'm not certain why that is.
If I could play it, I would. That would be quite fun.
Like, aside from survivor escort missions, a lot of what Dead Rising 1 did was really fucking good.
So, I think we'll go and deal with the Sarge, and then we'll end it off for there.
Okie dokie.
So now we have the infamous super zombies that were introduced in Dead Rising 2.
Are they any different in the record?
Well, they're pretty much the same thing. They have a tackle that they can push you down to the ground, and you've got to do 2 quick time events to get them off. Oh shit.
As I was just fucking demonstrating there, not by my own accord though.
They are pretty much the same. They are stronger, and they take longer for you to take them down.
This is also where the Super BFG kind of gets its mark, because even the regular BFG does damage on super zombies, and I think they're called gas zombies, but I'm not certain.
Yeah, gas zombies works.
Yeah, that's where the BFG fills its niche. It is these gas zombie killer. But yeah, they are bitchy.
Are you stocked up?
I am confident that I have got enough.
You know, the Infernal Arms actually works pretty well against them because it sets them on fire. So it just hits them twice. Also, guns are much less effective against them, unless you've got a sniper rifle.
Besides, we're going to be doing a bit more gunfire in a moment, and that is a very bizarrely worded sentence, but this boss fight, I like this boss fight. He has the same problem that I have with every boss fight that has a gun in this game. And he has one of the most brutal fucking downed attacks as well.
He quite annoyed me a little bit, but you get the hang of him. He's not too hard, but you just don't want him to hit you because he'll kick you down and start to barrage on you.
Yep.
And I'm just going to clear out these because we might have to come back here to get food from these boxes. Alright. Let's get going.
Let's get going.
I got a sniper rifle to have a range war with him. Also, we need to go and rescue Rebecca, who got captured in the middle of this. They don't really show you how, I don't think. That I wasn't paying attention.
She ran away, and then he caught up and decided she wasn't a zombie, even though he's batshit bonkers.
Now he's having a bit of post-war syndrome, or something like that. What is that?
You mean post-traumatic stress disorder?
That's it.
Yeah, he didn't like seeing his men get killed. The thing is, this is the exact same reasoning for a boss fight in Dead Rising 1 with a Vietnam vet.
Yeah, he's not exactly a villain, really, but he's just gone off the deep end now.
Well, they're not really called villains, they are just called psychos for a reason.
Yeah.
They are just off their heads. the thing is, like, I can't remember his name, but the fucking Vietnam vet in Dead Rising 1 is a great fight and
You
a
mean
really
Cliff?
interesting character. Cliff, that's the one.
Oh, crap. Alright, let's do this.
I guess we're gonna have to go and get some then. Mannequins almost as dangerous as zombies. Literally, mannequins were one of the best weapons in Dead Rising 1. Fuck.
He throws grenades if you're really far away.
And you can pick up those grenades and throw them back. Acetylene!
Alright, gonna need to heal.
Oh god. Stand near the fucking tank. I never get to use explosives in this game. Oh, yeah, this is not exactly the right one.
God, he...
Get fucked.
Alright.
I brought some hot new military tech to this fight. It does fuck all against him.
Alright, pay attention to me. Alright, I've got his attention. Pay attention to me.
Alright.
Yeah, this is just Dutch. Dutch. This is hit and duck tactics. Hit and dodge tactics, rather.
It's like hit and run tactics, but you just hit them and then you crouch. Oh shit.
He has quite a lot of health as well, even in this version.
Well, he's wearing body armor.
That does make sense. Oh, you hit him, stopped him from unloading on me.
I'm a hero. But yeah, we are kind of dogpiling him because he's a ranged-oriented boss. And his moves are so slow you can lock him up with two people quite badly as it goes.
Alright. Alright,
I'm gonna throw some nails at him. Oh, God.
What?
I threw some nails at him.
That worked.
I nailed him.